Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Thanda Xaba for those who are new, and the returning subscribers, welcome. With public schools being closed, most parents are running around trying to find ideas of what activities or games they can do with their kids to keep their minds engaged. If you're one of those parents, or you have a niece or a nephew, then stay tuned. On this video, I'll be giving you guys 3 Montessori inspired activities that you can do with your child. For these activities, you won't need to buy anything. You can use things that you already have in your household. Please forgive my background. I have my daughter here, so she's making noise. My name is Thanda Xaba. I am currently homeschooling my 4 daughters who are 5.5. My twins are almost 6 years old. Muge who's 4 and Ete who's 2 years old. On this video, I'll be showing you guys the Montessori inspired activities that you can do with your kids, let's just say from 6 years and below. I'll also demonstrate with my kids, showing you how you can change the level of difficulty in the activities depending on your child's ability. The activities I'll be showing you guys will eventually form parts of the Montessori shelf. If you want to set up that shelf, that's what I'm currently working on, setting up my Montessori shelf for my girls. So these activities form parts of that shelf, and they are budget friendly, so you don't have to go and buy all expensive Montessori toys. Montessori is a philosophy of education that is based on the scientific observation of how children learn. So basically you follow the child and you follow your child's interest. So once we have set up this Montessori activities that I'll show you with you guys, you then allow the child to go and pick whatever activity they want to work with, and they can work with that activity for as long as they want, really. Now, since you're following your child's interest, so once you recognize what your child is interested in, you can turn that thing or that skill into an activity for your child, just to help the child master that skill and also to get better at that skill that they are interested in. The first activity, I have the transfer of dry grains activity. On this activity, I have beans and corn, and then your child will be transferring the grains from one container to the next using their hands. This is the practical exercise, and this exercise will help strengthen your child's fine motor skills, and this activity also helps with the hand-eye coordination. So as soon as you can see that your child has mastered or is learning the hand-eye coordination, and you can start introducing this activity. Like I said, you can use the same activity as the child progresses. You just keep on changing the level of difficulty to make it challenging for a child and also to make it interesting for a child. You can also use the same activity using a spoon to transfer the grains. Sorry guys, my daughter is making noise. You can use the same activity, but you can use a spoon to transfer the grains. The fine motor skills, your child needs them to write. And if you think about it, your child doesn't only need to hold the pencil. Your child will be holding a pencil and moving in these different directions at a certain pace in order to be able to write those alphabets or those numbers. So this activity is good in strengthening your child's fine motor skills. You can also use the same activity, and if your child is older, I do this with my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old. With my 4-year-old, I'll give her a container, and then I'll just put random numbers, and she'll need to count the grains and put in that container the correct numbers as I specify. And then for my twins who are almost 6 years old, I will give them the same activity with the same container, but I want them to put the beans and the corn, and they must look very careful how many beans they must put in their space and how many corn they need to put in there. And that makes it a little bit tricky for the child, because it's not only one number that you're looking at, but it's 2 numbers of different grains. You can use beans, you can use pasta, you can use mealies like I did. You can use anything that you have in your house. But don't use maize meal, because it will take forever for a child to count. I also use the same activity for sorting. So my daughter was sorting the corn, the mealies together, and then the beans on the other container. You can size your grains according to your child's age. If you want them to take some time to sort those grains, you better put a full cup. Or if you feel they're still young, they will lose concentration and they will lose interest easily, then you can put smaller portion of grains and then they can start working with that first. When you're showing your child how to do these activities, always start from left to right, because this is a good concept for your kids when it comes to reading and writing, because we write from left to right and we read from left to right. So it is to introduce that concept in their minds. But I think if your child is still little, it doesn't really matter. As long as they know what to do, they're having fun doing that. Plus, they get an opportunity to increase their concentration span. Because as they focus on one activity, they will be increasing their concentration span. If you've watched until the end, please give me a green heart. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Bye guys.